Hello, world. Welcome to Pixels to Profit. My name is Arun, and today is our first episode we are going to start. We are going to discuss a lot of things about e-commerce, business, Amazon, Etsy, and all the exciting stuff. Before I start this, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Arun. I'm the founder and CEO for Pro Marketer. Myself and my partner MJ working together for a long time, and we decided to start this podcast for everyone to learn more about e-commerce. I would like to introduce my good friend MJ. MJ, floors is yours.
Hey guys, welcome to our first episode. So this is Pixel to Profit, and it's all about e-commerce. So in this show, we're going to talk about all about e-commerce. So we not only talk about e-commerce, we will kind of teach you how to play this game. We will break it down how big brands making billions, millions of dollars in sales. So it's all about strategy, marketing, training, all these kind of things. And, some of the topic related to these podcasts, some controversial issues that we're going to talk about, like, TikTok, things like that. But let me introduce myself. My name is Mohammed Jamils. My company name is Exclusiva Inc. So it's been 8 years. I'm doing right now. We are proudly producing almost 10 million per month for all of our clients. And whatever we're discussing, so we decided to share our experience, that the journey that we are kind of going through for our client, the deeps, the problems, the solutions, the strategy, all these things. So having said that, so we will kind of be try to produce one or two episodes every week, right?
Yeah.
So Arun, what are we going to do today? Like, this is our first episode, right?
So in our first video, I think we like to talk about why we are doing this because there's a lot of podcasts available, especially in e-commerce space. But why we want to do this particular podcast and what's the benefit we are going to bring for our listeners? That's very important. So, MJ, would you like to talk about why we are doing and what is the benefit we are going to get from this podcast?
Yeah, sure. So, if I need to tell why, then I need to go a little bit back. So I think 4 years ago, I did an interview with one of the famous YouTuber named CoffeeZilla. So the reason I did that interview, some of the fake so-called guru tried to hire me to create their course for them. So I reached out to Steven, the CoffeeZilla, his name is Steven. So he was like that time pretty, I think one, 2 or 3 thousand subscribers. Now he got 4 million subscribers. So I did a kind of episode with him, like I explained how these fake gurus kind of try to steal from all the people out there. They're like they don't know how to proceed things like that. So I explained how not to kind of how determine this is a fake guru. So this is the one side of the story. Like, so it's been 4 years gone. I realized that still there's a lot of fake gurus. So what happened? Even there's a after Steven, like after CoffeeZilla, there's so many new channels come that expose fake gurus, and they become very good, like, and people like to watch them. But still, there's a lot of problems. Still, there's a lot of fake gurus who try to sell courses and make money, and then try to sell the dream. But it's not. The reality is totally different. So my realization is, like, exposing thing is one thing, but still there is a problem. Why? Because of there is no other side. People don't know what to do. People don't know who to go, right? So that's why they fall for it. Even they everybody expose them, but they fall for it. It's still at this age there is no solutions who just kind of create content and say, hey, here's the content, it's free, right? That's never happened. So for the first time, I realized, why not I jump into the podcast and YouTube and kind of all those channels and start teaching people, like, all the e-commerce related training, like Amazon, Shopify, Walmart, TikTok, Facebook ad, all those things, sourcing, marketing, all those things, and it's completely for free. Like, okay, I don't want to expose people because that's not my thing. That's Steven or Coffee or this YouTuber thing. My thing is, I'll try to produce something that help people. right? So that's you and me will going to do in this podcast. And that's why we created this Pixel to Profit. And this podcast is only for those who wanted to learn e-commerce, who already in this e-commerce field and have, e-commerce, what you call website, selling something, okay? Or who try to scale their e-commerce, so these are the our target audience. So hey guys, if you are in this category, you also can join our community. We created a school community. We'll put the link or QR code, you can see anywhere. So it's free, by the way. When I say free, it doesn't mean that there's something going on in back end. No, it's completely free. So yeah, that's why I decided, you and me decided to create this Pixel to Profit. I hope that's answered your question.
Yeah, definitely. Yes, definitely. One thing I from what I'm seeing is a lot of people claim that they are gurus, and like newbies coming in and couple of months, they say that I made $6 million, $7 million in 6 days. This is how I'm doing it, and they try to sell courses and other things like that. Yeah, it's very true. But yeah, genuinely we care about our clients, and also we genuinely care about our people who are coming and they want to start business, especially in e-commerce. From my experience, what I see is e-commerce is tough. If you want to make really good money, you need a good budget. Plus, you need to have a good plan in order to make any 6 or 7 figures income. It's not overnight success. So a lot of people say it's an overnight success, but a lot of groundwork needs to be done. I think in this podcast we are going to dissect all the information about how to start, where to start, what's a budget you should have, what's a pitfall that we had to be very careful when you are starting Amazon, because Amazon is a giant, and if you are, people think, okay, if I start at Amazon, I'm going to get money immediately. But I see 90% of the failure comes from Amazon is people don't know what exactly they want to do. They just invest the money and they think, okay, somebody is going to buy, or they invest the money with the gurus and they expect, okay, some miracle is going to happen tomorrow. But that's not the truth. You have to work hard. You have to understand Amazon, how to play the game with their rules. So it's a lot of thing we have to learn to become a master or successful entrepreneur, especially in e-commerce space. I think MJ, I believe you have more experience than me in Amazon space. Would you like to talk about your experience on Amazon, like how long you've been doing this business, and or you're coaching your students, and how successful is Amazon for you?
Okay, so I started Amazon in 2012. I used to live in Manhattan, so like that time it was a gold mine. So the way that I started, in Manhattan there is a Madison Avenue, First Avenue, Second Avenue. So I used to do full time job. So what I did, like somebody told me that, hey, you live in Manhattan, money fly there. So that phrase has catched my mind. So I was like, how the heck I where's money? So I was like walking around, because in my weekend, like, walking around, those streets I love to walk. In New York, everybody works, so that But I realized there's a lot of 99-cent stores out there. So like I went there. I was one of the old man. He got so many toys in that store. Right? I was like, how much is that? So I asked the question, and he said, which one you want, the big one or a small one? I was like, okay, how about the big one? How about, which one is how much? So he said, like, the big one is $10, small one is $5, because it's a 99-cent store, right? So I think that one store made me $25 to $30,000 in sales. All I did, flip those toys on Amazon. That's how I started. Okay, that's how I was like, this is crazy systems, right? Then in one point of time, I was, there is no product. Like, what should I sell? Yeah, it's a good system, but there is no consistency. Then I started learning the, private level, like how to bring product from China to, US, things like that. And I did my first import from China. I believe it's a goggles. It's a kind of, swimming goggles. So that time, I have no idea what is the brand name, what is the trademark, this, and that. So I thought, okay, I saw this the goggles here. Let's bring from China, and then what I did, I just listed under another brand. And in first day, I sold out 1,500 units. I was like, oh my god, this is crazy. But 3 days later, for Amazon suspended me. I was like, what? Okay. So then I was like, oh my God, my money is there. What should I do? Right. Then it takes me 90 days to figure this out, like to active my account again, for after so many appeal. So then I kind of pause 6 months. I was like, I'm gonna learn first, then I will do whatever. Then I actually learn inside out. That time there's a guy named Ryan. I forget the name, Ryan or something. He have a company called Capitalism or something. I mean, I saw his videos like making 30, 40, 50, 100,000 a day. I was like, oh my God, this is something. So I started learning the private level. I'm gonna do that. Right? So but in that 6 months, I also realized that okay, let's try to launch one brand, like not like buy all those products. Then I start learning the compliance kind of problems, things like that. But again, whatever I learn is based on my real experience. All the steps, so I know how to prevent those. That's the beauty. Like if you are kind of learning by doing, just that's what it is. That's the real things that you will get, right? So I launched my first brand. It's in a bed bug spray, something like that. And after running one and a half years, I actually sold that brand because I was like thinking, you know, then people start kind of knocking me, hey, can you help me this and that? So I'm thinking, beside I sell on Amazon, can I sell my service? Right. So I start with Upwork, like I put my details on Upwork, and people kind of start reaching out to me, I'm helping them. So I'm seeing that, the reality is I'm seeing that I'm making more money from Amazon than Upwork by selling services. Then I was like, okay, let's pack it up. I sold that brand in 2015, end of 15. And then I started my, agency journey. So from 2016 to today, I've been work with more than 500 sellers. So I'm like a lot of students that I, coach. And I have like, you know, right now we've been working almost 21 different brands that producing almost $10 million, and I have a team like with like 15, 16 people team. So yeah, that's the whole journey. But one of the things that I learned, which is kind of for everybody who listen to the podcast who just wanted to start Amazon, or who just wanted to start e-commerce, or who just wanted to start like, hey, I wanted to do something from my computer, right? And I should e-commerce is a good, or Amazon or Walmart, whatever you what is it good for you. So the best way to learn, by start with the small. So what I mean by that, there's one of the story I want to do after publish my, maybe we'll play that some of the clip here. Like after publish my that YouTube episode, like I think it's 4 years ago. I'm talking about with CoffeeZilla. So one of the couple reached out to me, and then their story is, that time there is a fake guru. I believe their name is just one dime. They have a big YouTube channels, by the way. So all those fake gurus, one way or others, I work with them, like in future, 6, 7 years ago, they used to reach out to me, how to get approved on this. I was like, okay, all of a sudden they become so famous because of they have a lot of YouTube followers or Instagram followers, right? So that particular family, the wife reached out to me and she said, hey, MJ, I want your, interview with Kanam. She sent me an email. Can I talk to you? I was like, okay. I'm curious to know, like, what happened, right? So I'm just kind of unfiltered because I'm not a famous guy, whatever. So I just start talking, and she said, you know what? My husband tried to sell our only car to do Amazon automation, like, so what is automation? Then the concept automation is some company, like just one dime, and then there's some others. Like everybody's saying, you give us $30,000, we will build your business. You don't have to do anything. You sit tight and collect the money, right? And people fall for it. Mm-hmm. But then they said, like, they just try to sell only vehicle, like, only vehicle. Oh, what's gonna happen? They don't have any car, right? They have a family, they have kids. And she tell me, can you explain my husband? This is not right. So our marriage in broken, like, he's about to broke because of his decisions. I was like, okay, let's bring him. So we had a, call in Zoom, that time. And then I was explaining, here's what's going to happen when you apply. And I showed, the email that I got from that guy. The guy like 7 years ago sent me an email. Hey, MJ, can you help me to get approved on Amazon? I was like, hey, this is the guy. This is what he trying to sell. And what's going to happen after 1 years, when you send the money, after 1 year they will say, okay, because of this it shouldn't happen, it's your problem, things like that, and you cannot do anything because you don't have any money. You cannot go, you cannot sue. Even if you sue them, there's a lawyer cost, things like that, right? So in USA that's how it works. So like I was like, so the best way to start on Amazon, take $500, $200, whatever you can afford, right? And try to do some retail arbitrage. Means you just flip something like the way that I did. So yes, if you don't, even if you don't make money, you're going to learn the process, right? And then that's why the magic happened. When you learn the process, when you by spending a little bit money, even if you don't make money, what you're going to learn, so you can make the better decisions. So my point of view, whoever you wanted to start Amazon or e-commerce, anything, you just kind of, the budget must be whatever you afford to lose. So how much money you should invest, whatever you can afford to lose. Don't think that this money will bring you a lot of profit. That's not gonna happen. Because 6 years ago, 8 years ago, Amazon was so easy. Now it's not. So because of competition, because of so many things. So in our episode, we will discuss those things more, like how the Chinese take over our Amazon, things like that, like and also there's a better options beside Amazon. So these are the tips. And by the way, if you guys wanted to join, like to learn all those things, you can see our we created the ultimate e-commerce pro academy, and this is for free, right? So we only work, if some client needed help, like if you're selling on Amazon or if you have an e-commerce store, you don't know how to scale your business. So we'll jump into your business and we guarantee 90 days we will increase your revenue by 20%. It's guaranteed because that's kind of confident we have. So in our podcast, we'll talk about those things, how we bring this client, this brand from A to Z. And most importantly, we ethically hack, explain how the big brands doing what they're doing. And that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Wonderful. Wonderful. Yeah. That's something very important because a lot of people think when they start Amazon, they're going to be the millionaires in 30 days, right? But that's not true.
The reality is like those people who sell the dream, right?
Yes.
They just kind of show the, they're going with, they're riding Lamborghini, they have a big mansion, things like that. I was like, you know what? I mean, I have a question. If I make, millions of dollars on Amazon, why should I bother to create a course?
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like, we should enjoy our life, right? That's the simple questions. So the thing is, then they're becoming millionaire not from Amazon, but from selling their course. It's all about like they create, and my buddy like James Johnny, he explained the whole psychology, in his kind of YouTube channels, and that's he also add my clip on that. So that's what I'm explaining, like how these things is work. So you can check out on their channels, things like that. Yeah. But the whole idea is sell the dream. It's like same thing, scam artists, we call them. So yeah, that's what it is. But hey, we have nothing to do with them. So we here to give you the second part of the story. So if you wanted to see more fake gurus video, you go Coffeezilla, watch their video. But if you wanted to learn, like, how to do e-commerce, how to do Amazon, things like that, then you come to us and we'll give you this for free. And when I say free, it's 100% free.
Yes. Yeah, that's what we always want to provide. We want to provide the maximum value to our customers, clients, and the listeners so they can learn and something they can implement it. It's not only learning. So one of the thing I personally believe learning is good, but implementing at least what you learn is the most important part. A lot of people learn, they watch videos, and they go to the classes and other things like that. But if you ask me, okay, how much you implemented out, what's the results look like? Not many people are doing the implementation. So it's not only learning. After once you learn, then you have to implement it. Then once you implement it, then you have to measure it and see what's going on. Am I moving forward, or am I not moving forward? What is the result? So then you have to learn back again, then implement it and test it.
Yeah, one of the crazy things that we're going to do this podcast, we will take a challenge. So while we're doing the podcast, we will do a small project. Like, hey, let's do this project with minimum investment to see how it's works.
Yeah.
And we will share the result, and you will see over the shoulder. Like, here's the step one. This is what we did.
Right.
Here's the step two. That's what we did. This is the result. Like, but with the minimum investment. So we will kind of not only, we will do the challenge inside our kind of community, right? So if you wanted to, participate, or if you wanted to, so here's the goal. So if we test if we do one challenge and we're successful, even we 20% be successful, like let's just say not 100%, 20%, we will take that module and then we will give it to you. So you replicate the module and kind of do exactly the way that, it really doesn't matter. At the end of the day, the matters is you making money or not, right? Everything. But in order to make money, the only thing you need to learn. Because learning and implementation, these are the most, we are kind of lazy people. We like to learn. What I saw, like, this is my realizations. In when I came in USA, this is, everybody, like, seems like they don't want to do multitask. They are good whatever they're good. Like, so if someone doing a job in post office, they don't want to bother. They're pretty good. So this group of people always, in a problem. Why? Because even if they have a time and everything, they don't want to do. They're lazy, right? So yeah, this group of people is kind of in problem. But like when COVID hit, right, then people start thinking differently. We gotta do something beside. So I have a life hack that if you do a full-time job or whatever, don't so try instead of going to Saturday kind of anywhere in restaurants or whatever, just spend some time to learn something. Spend some time to do some side hustle, right? So that slowly but surely you can financially be free, right? So you don't have to worry about like money again. And that's only come if you learn and implement. There is no other theory. If somebody say, give me money, I will give you blah, those are BS, right? It's not gonna work, right? Either you go some risky game like crypto, things like that, crypto or trade or whatever. Those are the things that are different, but like, that's how it works. So, yeah, having said that, I think this episode is going to be 30, 45 minutes, right? So, what are the next questions that we should answer?
Sure. So I would like to ask my audience to stay tuned. Next podcast, we are going to talk about very important stuff on Amazon, like how Chinese investors and Chinese industry is taking over Amazon, especially in US market, and how they are taking large chunk of profit from US. So we did a quite good research on that. So next episode, stay tuned with us. We're going to talk about how Amazon dynamic is changing with Chinese investors or Chinese manufacturers mostly playing a big role on Amazon. So if you want to know more details about that, stay tuned for the next episode.
Yeah, and also we're going to explain how to beat them.
Yes.
You see, like the thing is, they're coming after us. That's 100% sure.
Yeah.
Okay, last 6, 7, 5, 6 years it's changed, like but we need to know how to beat them, right? So there is everybody. So that's what it's all about, and we're also gonna dig deeper about like Amazon. And again, if you guys wanted to kind of learn about Amazon, e-commerce, TikTok, Walmart, all those channels, like from a start to finishing, we have a SKOOL community. You can happy to join. So we'll give the link below, or you will see the QR code or things like that, so you can scan and you can join. So I think that's pretty much it. I think we did pretty good this first episode, right? So
Yes, it did. Thank you very much, MJ. Thanks for your time. Thanks,
Mm.
listeners. Stay tuned with us. Please subscribe to our channel. Please listen to our podcast. Let us know your feedback. If you have any questions, we will put all the links in the bio. Take a look at it. Please ask more questions so we will answer all the questions as soon as possible. Stay tuned. Stay positive. Thank you very much.
thank you. You guys have a great weekend. Bye.